Don't ever let somebody tell you you can't do something. Not even me. All right?
All right.
You got a dream, you got to protect it. People can't do something themselves. They want to tell you you can't do it. You want something, go get it. Period.
But now, where else is Rio in Latin America? Where is South America?
No.
We're the first.
First.
Colombia is to go first.
What's the plan?
In terms of business, of the timing?
You're rolling this thing out. You say we're going to launch second quarter.
Second quarter,
Okay,
that's
what's
what we
the
know.
plan?
That's what we know.
Norman,
He knows
we're
the
looking
dates.
right at you, man. Tell us something. What's the secret? Well,
Okay,
how are we going to roll this thing out?
Yo creo que el momento de iniciar el negocio ahora es muy importante porque, como tú lo decías, aunque viene, es una etapa dura, sabemos que si construimos, si hacemos lo que otras personas no están dispuestos a hacer.
So we're going to start right here with these people, right now in this room.
Exactly.
Yeah, we're going to create
Yes.
5,000 business executives, marketing executives, in the next how many months?
Porque cuando la compañía esté registrada en Colombia oficialmente, muchos procesos van a ser muy simples y la gente puede entrar con un dinero muy económico al negocio, y adicionalmente la imagen de la compañía, Bill Farley, Deepak Chopra, tú, Marcy Chaimo, va a pegar muy fuerte en el negocio, y por eso consideramos que el negocio se va a mover muy fuerte, muy rápido.
So the additional overhead will be gone.
Yes.
So we're going to have our government approval,
Exactly.
and we'll have access to some product, right? So the 300 that are out there can actually be selling something, providing some benefit to some customers that help create some more customers. Now, is that what you just said to me?
That's right.
Well, that sounds like a plan. How come you just didn't say that? Well, that makes sense, man. That makes sense. But these things, guys, always, it takes a little bit more longer than we thought. You know, I mean, I told you, this thing I'm working on, I said 4 years. Look, 4 years, that's a long time. To say, okay, started from scratch, it's going to take me 4 years. Well, guess what? Turn out it's going to be 6. So, it can be done. And you know, let me say this though. I want to say one more thing. It's so, it's been important for me. Is to have so many people, not so many, but a few people say, you know what, man, you should forget it. I mean, you can't do that. One of the most successful guys in my business, in the private equity business, in the United States, I went to see him years ago to talk to him about this idea that I had, misery, and that I was going to make this happen. And here's how I was going to do it. Here's what I was going to do. Here's what the opportunity was. I mean, just laid it all the way out. And the guy says to me, yeah, forget that. You can't do that. And what he was saying was that he, one of the most successful business people in the United States, in the world, in his industry, with all the king's horses and all the king's men, he couldn't do it. And all I could say, because I respect this gentleman, all I could say was, thank you. Thank you for sharing that. But on the inside, I'm saying to myself, watch this shit. Okay? One of the most important scenes in the movie was the scene that took place on the basketball court.
Nobody can tell you if you do something.
Don't let anybody
And
tell
don't ever do. That wasn't written like that. Our writer the guy who wrote the script, had a very dark view of the world, and the script said, when the little boy throws up the ball and says, "I'm going to throw," the father is supposed to say, "Forget it, it'll never happen, I couldn't do it, so that means that you can't do it." And that bothered me. And it bothered me, but I waited until we were going to film that scene that day. And I went up to Will Smith and I said, "You can't tell that to that little boy. You can't tell him what he can't do, because that's not what my mom told me." And we had a very heated discussion. Myself, Will Smith, our director, Gabriel Muccino, and one of the producers who will remain nameless. The producer said we must stay true to the script. The father must keep it real with the child. And we argued about it for 20 minutes, and finally Will Smith said, "No, Chris is right, because my mama told me the same thing." And we tore up the script, and what we wrote was, don't ever let somebody else tell you what you can't do. When other people are saying something can't be done, you have to hear them saying that they can't do it. You got a dream, you got to protect it. You want something, go get it. Period. Period. That's it. That's it. So this could be the most exciting time in all of your lives, man. And I wish you nothing but success. And I'll say this, look. I mean, who's met Bill Furley? Who's actually met him? All right? And if I had to work for anybody, I work for Bill. I personally will work for Bill. Because you don't never work for Bill, you're going to be working with Bill. And if you believe in the product, you believe in what can be built and created, just imagine, man. Okay, this difficult time right here, the struggle, the startup, trying to open the door, trying to make sure the wheels are on tight and all that, okay? See it 2, 3, 4 years from now, when it's rolling, when Dre is as big as Pepsi. Right. Wait, see that and know that, you know what, hey, we made it happen here. We were the 12th. Huh?
That's right.
About how we are going to get to the 5,000 people. I think that your presence here in Colombia today is very important for us to get that number, because it's a wonderful thing to have you here in Colombia.
Man, how come you didn't invite me earlier? We could have had the 5,000. We could have been done by now. Right? Right.
Well, you'll be sure you're going to get an invitation
I will be back. I will be back.
Here you have people from different cities of Colombia. That's why we are spreading nationwide, and that's also how we're going to get to the 5,000 people.
Okay.
One last question. The bigger the dream, the bigger the obstacles you have to, or the obstacle you find in the way. In your most difficult moments, what kept you going? What inspired
you? You know what, man? I knew that I couldn't fail. Now, does that mean I have succeeded at everything I wanted to do? No, just the big stuff. Just the stuff that I felt so passionate about. And I don't know, man, I got this thing. It's okay to fail. It's okay to fail. It's not okay to quit. You fail. You learn from it. You get up. Okay? Let's go. Let's do it again. If you're truly passionate about it. And I think, honestly, I think that's the one thing, man. Someone was asking me something earlier, and it's a question I never really think about. But something that hopefully I've passed on to my children. And and something that I know they got. It's not, we don't fail. You know, and feel bad about it. We fail to learn, but we don't quit. Yeah, this thing I'm doing in South Africa, man, I keep talking about it because this is my dream. And I've had people tell me, man, forget it. You can't do that. Do you know how good it's going to feel to be able to pick up the phone and say, hey, man, guess what? I won't even call him. I'll go see him. So, hey, man, again, this could be an exciting time. I would just try to encourage every last one of you that this is what you're going to do. Do it. If you ain't going to do it, it's okay. Go do whatever it is that you want. But if you say, this is what I'm going to do, this is where I'm going, this is who I am, this could be that time in your life. A lot of folks talk it, but sometimes you get a chance to walk the walk. And ain't nobody got to dig it but you. I'm not saying it in a disrespectful way. I'm not saying that in a negative way. Ain't nobody got to dig it but you. I mean, that's why we left that Y in the spelling of happiness in the title of the film in the book. Is because that Y is there to talk about you and your happiness. Everybody in here is going to have a different definition of happiness. There's going to be a whole lot of common elements, but everybody's going to have that one little thing on it that's, well, this is what really makes me happy. That's what it's all about, you and your happiness, man. And the future that you can create.